it going, guys? So we got something new, a new toy, a new truck. This is our 1979 Ford F150 Super Cab. So it's kind of crazy, but I'm over at my buddy's house one day, and I was telling him about the truck, and we'd seen this truck for decades. Walking to and from school, we'd pass the truck every day. So I finally was like, what's the worst that could happen? Let me ask them if they want to sell it. You know, normally people that have a project that ain't moving in their driveway was like, oh no, we ain't selling it. No, these people were like, yeah, actually, we've been trying to sell it. And that kind of perked my ears. So we made a deal and pushed it 5 or 6 houses down and have begun a revival, getting her going back on the road. So we hope to be able to maybe haul bikes in it. It's a long bed. Get some obviously better wheels for it, polish it all out so it looks good, and drive it and enjoy it and have another old car back on the road. Here we go.
Well, I have some gas for my lawnmower gas.
One of these times it'll continue to run.
Hopefully the battery don't run out of poop.
Right. What does that do?
I mean, you and Steve.
Again?
Yeah.
Okay, update. We're at Auto Parts, store number 2. The first one supposedly had the fuel pump that we need, but the line was crazy. So we're at a new auto parts store to get a carb kit, and then we're gonna get some gas. It sounds like there's a little bit of gas in the truck, but we're not sure. So we're gonna get the gas, put that in, and then if it still doesn't want to stay running, we're gonna wait and get a fuel pump tomorrow morning. But we make a little bit of progress. What are you doing, babe?
Put some gas in. Hopefully this is out of gas and the fuel pump works.
I'm gonna try switching the fuel tanks.
Is the key on?
It is not on. You want it on?
All right, try it. Well, that starter sounds great. Yes, very good. Okay. All right. I'm not sure which one's the vent, so we'll just put down all of them. Okay. Alright, let's try something else. Put some gas in here. I don't know if that's a vent or not. Those might not even be the vents. I have no idea.
Just put it down.
It's gas and everything. All right, crank it. Let's see if we get gas coming out of the upstairs. All right, so it's the next day. We're back at the Ford, me and Ed. We're gonna try to change the fuel pump and see if we can get some pumping going on. We had it fire off, but it just wouldn't pick up any fuel of its own. So we're gonna change the pump. I know it's got old gas in it, but we'll see if we can get it running with that. Yeah, not really sure other than that. Sorry about the audio. It's windy outside. What can I say? So, here we are. That's definitely not the fuel pump or what it looked like. Here it is. So this is what we're going to be putting in. Just a mechanical factory style fuel pump. From looking online, looks like it's in a real crappy spot, kind of next to that. It's not zooming. Anyway. That oil filter, you can't really see it there, but if we come down from the bottom, let's click on a little light ski, we can seize it up there. So it just bolts in with 2 bolts to the side of the block next to the older filter. So we're gonna get on changing it. See you in a second. All right, so we got the new pump in. Wasn't too terrible. A couple bolts, weird angles. Let's see if it pumps gas out the top. Let's find a key first. Oh yeah, don't get too excited. All right, let's spin it over and see if we got some stuff coming out, gas.
I got no juice.
Got no juice. Oh, that's because I took the battery cable off. Let's fix the no juice.
Oh, the radio works.
Now we got the juice. I hear the beats. Might take some revolutions. Starter sounds great, like a let's speed this up faster.
Put a little gasoline down here or something, man.
Gas on there or a starter?
Yeah, starter fluid, something.
Got a can of it?
You know, there was.
Nice.
Nice.
That's like something.
Yeah, that's great. Okay. All right. Nope. It'll work just like that. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay. All right, let's keep it going. Let's see what else we got. This truck's got 2 gas tanks, one back there in which I put fuel in, and one here, which I've already kind of broke it off because we don't have a key for it. So we're not sure
Smack
if
that thing off.
the tank switching valve is set to the front tank or the back. I know the back's got gas because I put gas in there, so we may need to put gas in here because maybe that's where the valve is stuck to. We'll find out here in a minute. Okay, so we have a little bit of fuel in that tank apparently because I had this off and gas sprayed out, so we're pumping some gas. So now let's see if it'll turn on and stay running. We know it starts with starting fluid, but we'd like for it to run a little longer than that. All right, let's try it. I spoke too soon.
You don't have a lot of throttle pedals.
Oh, that stinks so bad. Pressure. Oil. Middle. Okay, so it's got some oil pressure. Tank says it's got a little gas. That's what I put it in the back one. Let's see if it'll get up to temperature. Actually, we got to put some coolant in here, water. All right, let's put some water in. It's nice to turn it off, just like that. Says it's kind of charged. Temp gauge looks to be moving a little bit. Welcome back. It's another day. Same thing. Out here with the Ford F150. So today, we are going to see if we can get some brakes going so that we can try to put this thing into gear to see if the transmission works, because we still don't know. But we got 0 brakes. It does have disc brakes up front, drum brakes in the back, power booster, brake master cylinder. So we've got a new master cylinder and brake booster. We're gonna go ahead and get those changed out, and then we're gonna try to bleed them puppies and see if we can get some pedal. If we can get some pedal, we can put it in gear. Then we can see if we got a transmission that functions. Be back in a minute. Welcome back. So it's been a long day. As you can see, it's getting to be nighttime, so I wanted to shoot another quick video before it actually got dark. We were, in fact, able to get the new brake booster and brake master on. Did a little bleeding. We got brakes. We were able to put the truck in gear. We could see it, the transmission at least goes into gear forward and backward. Whether it shifts into different gears, we don't know yet. However, when we turned it on, she started ticking. We're like, well, what is that? Well, I don't know. Should we shut it down? Went and got oil. Went and got some zinc additive to put in the oil. New filter. New plugs. The plugs looked insane. I've never seen a truck or anything run that good with that nasty looking of plugs. We'll show you those in a second, maybe. So we still were trying to find the tick, and we were thinking maybe it was the plugs. But while I was down there, I changed the starter. Hold on, there's a car passing. So the starter definitely was a turd. But you'll see here, we have the valve cover off. And the reason for that is because that tick was in the #1 cylinder. Folks, your push rod should not look like that. So how the hell it ran so good and so smooth, I have no idea, but that's not good at all. So we're gonna have to get another push rod and see what we can figure out here. But guys, check out these spark plugs. I mean, let's see if you can see this. Like, what is that, dude? Those are the plugs we took out of this thing. So it's been running real poor for a very long time. Unfreaking real. So now she's got new plugs and she's about to get a new push rod. Hopefully we don't have some lifter jankiness or a stuck valve, but we're gonna find out here shortly. So we'll be back. Sorry I didn't get back to you sooner, but we've been real busy trying to figure this out. Push rod because we used half old gas. If the gas is old, don't put fresh gas in thinking you're gonna revamp the old gas that's in there. Go ahead and drain it. Save yourself some hassle. All right, back again. So we replaced the push rod and checked all that out, lubed all the valve stems on both sides, replaced both valve cover gaskets just to be safe. Got it back up and going, and it seems to be okay.
Right. And after that, we got her running. I think the next is still a little power washing and cleaning. First, we're going to see a whole Alright, so we're got the rest of the bed. We're still the found some gems in there, dude. Burly parts. And brake arms, and I don't know where those went to, but they were in the bed of the truck. How random is that? See what it does. Hopefully we're gonna take the tail off. Do a little more power washing.
All right, guys, welcome back. Again, the 1979 F-150 Super Cab. We've been working on it the last few days. Sorry I didn't video everything. It got real sideways. So here's the deal. You may see in the video where it had a bent push rod. When we originally fired it, it didn't have a bent push rod. It idled real smooth, revved up real fine. But the mistake we made, we tried to burn out the old gas. Guys, if you pick up some old kind of car, truck, whatever, drain the gas out, because even if you dump 5 gallons fresh gas on top of that old gas, it still will detonate and ping. And we were seeing some of that when we revved it up. We were getting some detonation, and it's from that old gas, 100%. So what happens is that old gas goes in and gums up the inside of the valves. So then your valve will get stuck, and then it jams up and bends your push rod. So what we did is we pulled that rocker arm off, pulled that lifter out that was all bent, and then took a mallet, hit the top of the valve and valve spring, and it would get stuck down and not return like it should. So we did a couple things. We pulled the spark plug out and ran some deep creep, you know, in on top of the valve while it was down, and then we also just kept coating it through the valve spring and then just whacking it with that mallet until it returned up. You know, I think we counted like 27 times in a row, so we knew it wasn't getting stuck anymore. It was freed up and it was rebounding. Then we drained all the old gas out, put a fuel filter in line just in case, and put fresh gas in, put the new push rods in, the new the rocker arms back on, tighten them down, and then started it with the valve cover off just to kind of make sure that it was all good. Sure enough, man, oil was pumping right back out the top. Life was good, the mist was gone. So we buttoned it back up, put some new valve cover gaskets on it, changed the plugs, did a whole bunch of stuff. As you see, we did the brake booster and master. It still needs some brake work. It's going to need all new lines, wheel cylinders, calipers, probably all that kind of stuff, so it brakes and stops right. We also had an issue with all the wiring and turn signal stuff. Let me show you this. So somebody had, throughout the years, wired up their own trailer configuration and plug, and it was just a mess hanging out the back. So look at the wires that we removed out of the back of this truck and the front of this truck, all under the dash. I mean, this is an old air horn get up. This is just an air vent, but like these were hanging down by the pedal. The brain for the cruise control was gone, so we just removed it, man. It sucks to not have cruise, but they make aftermarket kits now, so we'll have to do that. But yeah, all this wiring was just kind of under the back and in the front and under the dash. So whatever they had added, fog light switches and all, we just took it out just to eliminate any kind of issues, and reconnected the factory wires where they had cut and wire nutted them and all that kind of stuff that they'd do in the 80s or 90s. So now we got all the lights functioning. We did replace the turn signal switch on the column, and now all the lights are jiving. Replace some of the cluster bulbs, heater works, fix the door lock because it was missing a little clip on this side, so you'd have to come in the other side. That's always a good time. But yeah, turns on, drives. We need some things like probably a thermostat because this is building mega pressure. The cap, just going to get a fresh one, and a new coolant reservoir for it as well, because we took all that air horn and crap they had in here out that didn't even work. So yeah, it's running and driving. Now we're just going to start making it better and fix the brakes. Courtney's going to take her for a little spin. There's a tree back there. There it is. Totally running and driving. Oh, working brake lights at all? What?